Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to English debate. Glad to meet you again. So today we would like to continue our discussions about case building. In this case, in this moment, we would like to focus on the case buildings on propositions of value. Okay, let's go. For the first, how to prove propositions of value. Actually, proposition of value is just like a proposition of fact, but it's the opposite. We know that in the proposition of fact, it's based on the fact, a truth in the sensible empiric. It can be validated in the empirical data, etc. And we need to validate from the data from observation or from the research or such kinds of things. While the value is a kind of opinion, so it's about the belief. We have to prove whether it is bad or good or bad. Okay. So in these kinds of propositions, you have, as a debater, you have to compare two values. Which one is good, which one is bad, or focus on only one value. Okay. So it can be in form of comparison, or it can be in a form of focusing on one value to prove whether this value is good or not. And the second, so you have to prove in the value, you have to prove whether it is good or better than. In the comparisons, you have to prove that this one better than the other. This one is greater than the other. While when you only focus on one value, you should focus on that this value is good. Next, because value is abstract, it is complicated, sometimes it is contradicted, so you have to set a certain criteria or certain circumstances that makes this kinds of value become so real, so it can be measured or it measurables. So it is very easy to be debated. While if you stay on the value without you concreted it, or without you give example or circumstances, or you didn't give the criteria, it is very difficult to be debated. Okay, so then next, to interpret these kinds of topics, the same like in fact propositions, you need lots of examples. You need lots of examples to prove that your arguments is good, your argument is right. Okay. While the difference is that in these kinds of propositions, you don't have to stuck on giving the proof which is from the research data or from the statistic. No, you don't have to. You just focus on your interpretations, on what your belief. Because once again, that this value is a kind of opinion, it is a kind of belief. So make strong opinion or strong belief to win this kind of debates. Where the examples of the motions, like this house believe that Nicholas Saputra and in Ada Apa Dengan Cinta is greater actor than Iqbal Ramadan in Dylan's. From this example, we know that we have a comparison between Nicholas Saputra and Iqbal Ramadan in the value of being a greater actor. So we have to focus on what is a great actor, what is the criteria of a great actor. So from this criteria, we can debate it. Okay. Next. Now, the step in case the building is just like the proposition of fact, because it is almost similar, but quite the opposite. Okay. So the same like we had in proposition of fact, The first steps, like you have to discover how to prove the topic, that the topic is a value, and then the second, you have to brainstorm the examples and the arguments. After that, you organize the example and arguments, and then the last, you draw a conclusion from your examples and show that that all of your examples are proving the topics. Okay. Okay, this is the examples of exploring the or building the proposition of value. We take the same example, that is this house belief that Nicholas Saputra in Ada Apa Dengan Cinta is greater actor than Iqbal Ramadan in Dylan. Okay, first of all, in discover how to prove the topic, as usual, you have to define the key terms. Focus on the great actor. Yeah, this because being great is about a value. Okay, so and then the actor itself. So first of all, you have to identify, make a definitions about what actor is. So for example, actor is person who plays certain character in films, and then blah 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 blah. After that, you need to defines the best actor. What is the best actor? What is the great actor? What are the indicators, yeah, or the elements of a great actor? For example, here I give indicators that a great actor should first natural in playing a character, as natural as possible. So even although the character the actor play in the film is quite the opposite of his actual character, he or she must do it in a very natural. For example, in the actual world, you are a person who are emotional, but in the film, you as an actor should play the calm people, should play for example, loving, etc. So it is very difficult because you had to do the quite opposite character. That is the examples of indicators. Next indicator can be, for example, a greater actor should receive more awards. A greater actor should have a commitment and high degree of professionalism. Okay, so after that you have defined the key term and you make a criteria of the value you will debate in this motion. Okay, next you have to make a brainstorm, yeah, to find the arguments and the find of the example. Each of the member of the debater should find themselves. Okay, so it will save the time. Okay, after all of your member find the example, find the arguments that according to your member is strong, yeah, you have to organize, yeah, the examples and the arguments your member have found, and then don't forget to choose the strongest, yeah, the strongest argument. For example, here I had 1, 2, 3, 4 example of brainstorming. First is Nicholas Saputra, successful in representing romantic melancholy character of Ranga, that is more difficult than Dylan role by Iqbal. Okay, and the second, that Nicholas Saputra had received more words than Iqbal, and then Nicholas Saputra had full commitment in being an actor, and the last, Nicholas Saputra put film and as his first priority, yeah, and he was so disciplined on being an actor. Okay, from those 4 you take 2 or 3 arguments that is stronger, yeah, or the strongest arguments. Okay, for example, here I take Nicholas Saputra is greater than the Iqbal because he represents the more difficult role as a romantic melancholic in Ada Apa Dengan Cinta as Rangga, while those kinds of character is quite the opposite of his actual character, who are not melancholic, but he is kind of we call it as phlegmatics, or not a melancholic one, not a romantic one. Nicholas Saputra is okay. different from Iqbal. Iqbal Ramadan's role is just like today's, just like his character, that is so cheerful, that is so um, ignorance, etc., cool. It's his own character, so it is not so difficult for Iqbal to play Dylan. Okay, and then the second, Nicholas Saputra. I take Nicholas Saputra as greater because he received lots of words. Now this is very strong argument, very strong examples, because you know that Iqbal Ramadan didn't have such kinds of words, only a few words, while he had lots of words in being a vocalist in Cowboy Junior. Okay, so I take it because this is very strong arguments and examples. Next, the third is Nicholas Sapta is greater than Iqbal because he was committed as an actor. From the beginning of his educational career, he is training in actor. Even he went to America to continue his study about theaters, about being an actor. That shows his commitment and his discipline in being an actor. That is also the strong arguments I take. Okay, so the last, draw a conclusion from the example to show that all of your arguments prove the topics. Okay, for example here, Nicholas Saptra is multi-talents, yeah, because he can play many kinds of difficult character, which is totally different from his own character. Therefore, he is a great actor. And then Nicholas Saptra had more award that show his achievement, and people from this achievement, it proved that a lot of people admit him as a great actor. Okay. Next, the third is conclusion is Nicholas Saptra is more commitment as an actor than Iqbal Ramadan, because he is the background of the education is arts, yeah, for example, from arts or arts and literature. So, and then he also continue his educations in other country, and training too in in the theater, in actings. Okay, I think it is not too difficult because proportions of value is quite similar with the proportion of fact. The difference is only on the value and fact itself. The fact is more empirics, supported by the research data, by the statistics, yeah, to prove whether the proportion is valid or not, true or not, while in proposition of value, because it is about the opinion, it's about the belief, so you have to prove whether your opinions is better than the other, okay, to prove that it is good or bad. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you very much. Next is the exercise for you. You can do it in Google Forms. I will give you one motion, that is, this house believes that online learning is more enjoyable than traditional or offline learning. Okay, this is also about the value, because more enjoyable here about the value. Everybody have their opinion about the and being enjoyable, and it is subjective, so that's why it's become a proportion of value. Okay, that's all. Thank you very much. Stay healthy. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you next meetings. Bye.